Gaming here, back with Let's Not Die, episode 9, not 10, because last episode was 8, as you all saw on the title, not 9. And we're doing a dual combo day. Got my buddy Aaron here, the one who always watches all my videos, so you know.
Most of them.
He's actually used to play Diablo a lot before pre-Reaper Souls, so he hasn't played anything post Reaper Souls.
I played the base game, but that's
So you just played vanilla?
I did, yeah. I haven't played it in a while.
You mained on Monk, right?
I like Monk, yeah.
Okay. Did you play any other class other than Monk? Like,
I played a Wizard and a Barbarian for a bit.
Barb is my favorite at the moment, but I'm liking the leveling process with the Demon Hunter.
The Wizard was fun. I played the Demon Hunt on the Xbox with you.
Oh yeah, you did.
Yeah, so I played her as well. And I've seen my dad plays Witch Doctor a lot, so I've seen that.
I like. Is he main on Witch Doctor? Do you know?
He like every I guess season.
Yeah.
He makes a new hardcore character, and he's been switching it. I think he likes the Barbarian and most of
Okay, I can respect that then. I don't think I have an absolute favorite yet, but at the moment it's Barb.
I like the 4 better in 3 than.
Okay, we're already getting some PTR server lag.
This lag is amazing.
Okay.
Oh man, look.
Oh great.
Oh.
I'm telling you guys, we're gonna have a lag death at like level 69, 5% here. Me too. I mean, this lag has been consistent.
That's so cool.
All right, there you go.
Okay.
That was tough.
I thought for a second there, I thought you were doing that.
Nah. This Let's Not Die. This is Let's Die.
Wait, no, you can't just say Let's Die.
Oh, true.
That's not interesting.
Yeah.
People aren't gonna watch that.
People aren't even gonna watch this.
Oh no,
I mean, yeah.
not. I mean, I guess more people watch this.
True. And that wasn't my idea though. That Jackson or Corgi wanted to do that. So.
That 6 views.
Yeah. We got 6 on it?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
I'm pretty sure it's
At least we got 6.
It's definitely single digits. One of them was me.
Maybe well, I'm sure one of them was me too, just to check to see if it was all right.
Yeah.
But I think we might get some more views on our if I start doing real gameplay.
Roman that guy?
Yeah. You should definitely pick that game up when you get your. Do you have your laptop yet?
I do.
Well, it's not intensive at all. If you have a mouse, then
I have a mouse.
yeah, I think you should play it. It's actually pretty fun if you have someone else to play it with.
Okay.
Okay, we are in the cursed hole. Yeah, this is not where I want to be.
This is near the butcher.
Yeah, the other one, Halls of Agony, was where the butcher was at, but I don't want to be in cursed hole. People run Halls of Agony level 3 because it's got a lot of good density and easy mobs. So people will just run that over and over and over to do leveling.
Seems like it gets boring.
That's like debatable, I guess. I mean, for me, kind of.
Sockets.
But some people like the leveling process, and then some people hate it in this game. But we're just gonna do some more riffs now. Do 1 or 2.
Why don't we go like kill Diablo?
I mean, we could do that. It'll just take longer. And I just kind of want to get this done now, so we can move on to other stuff.
Okay. Diablo was a fun boss.
He was alright, or she. Is it supposed to be a girl in this one? Okay, I thought just because it used. What was her name? Leela? I don't know her name.
Oh,
Leah's body. I thought because he used her body that it's supposed to be a girl. I don't know. He had boobs.
Did he though? He had 3 heads.
True.
That was kind of weird.
3 heads are better than 1.
He's fun in Diablo too. Diablo's always fun boss.
I really want to get to. I have the play disc, but I think I might just go to Walmart and buy it again.
I think they found the install disc. If you had the CD too.
I don't know if it's on my play disc or not. I need to find. I'm pretty sure my parents threw it out, but I need to find the box that it all came in, because I'm sure that has the rest of the stuff. Yeah, this rocket build is really just killing everything. It's multi-shot.
Oh, you got the rocket build?
Yeah, oh yeah, rocket build. You know what I'm talking about, yeah.
I mean, you talked about it, but
yeah, I know.
I haven't seen where you got to it yet.
Yeah, I did get to it. Anyone that doesn't understand what's happening right now, Aaron hasn't seen episodes 8 or 7, so he hasn't seen me get to my rocket build. I got to it last episode, I think.
Okay. You know, that hour-long video.
No, that wasn't the last one.
Yeah, it's episode 7.
Yeah.
It's pretty daunting to watch.
Yeah, I can even understand. I really didn't want to make it an hour, but I'd rather have just uploaded it and got it done.
I think there's more views on that than the Freddy's, though.
Okay, well that's good. I can't say I'm not proud of the Freddy's video, but I didn't, I wasn't for it. Nothing against Corgi or anything. He likes riding into Freddy's. And
he's just a loser.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Not trying to start any drama on this channel. We're not
YouTube drama.
We're not Keemstar. We're not FoozyTube.
YouTube drama.
YouTube drama.
That's what all the views are.
Pretty much.
And you gotta get some clickbait and YouTube drama.
Just need to find some boobies.
Oh yeah. And Demon is pretty effective.
Who?
Just, you know, zoom in.
Look at that.
And,
Look at that.
Yeah. There's gold
Look
tits.
at that.
I think you should make your chest orange.
Okay, well, anyways, there's
That orange and purple combination.
it's pretty ugly, I know.
Yeah, I don't know what to talk about. Better than black. I think you just hit that post.
What? What?
Yeah.
Okay. Look at that thing. That thing actually it made my health go down like at least 5%.
Your health went down?
Yeah, if I stood on that though, I think I would actually die.
What torment are you on?
I'm only on hard mode because hard is generally the best difficulty to level on.
You gotta do like torment 5. This is too easy.
I already told you that I towards the end, I always end up ramping up the difficulty. So I think it's too easy, and then I get one shot by some bullshit everywhere.
Do you still use strafe?
No, I don't use strafe anymore. I'm using multi-shot. You know, actually,
You've always used multi-shot.
not multi-shot. I meant cluster arrow. But I'm actually gonna switch to strafe because strafe has the option for rockets too.
Strafe just looked insane. You just go into a crowd and wreck them.
I stopped using strafe strictly for the fact. Well, let me see how much these rockets do. 3 rockets that each deal. Oh my gosh, that is so much damage. But we're gonna use this. The reason I stopped using strafe was because I forget the original reason I actually stopped, but I started again in one of the past episodes because I had a legendary that like it gave you a free rune, and then I lost that legendary, so I was like, okay, I don't want this.
Is strafe a failing new skill? I don't remember it.
Nah, it's been in the game. It's been in the base game because I know it's on console version.
I don't remember it. I don't remember multi-shot either.
You don't remember? I feel like multi-shot was in base game as well.
I think it's in it.
Conduit.
Like,
Easy
like
mode.
you being hunted.
I'm certain strafe was in base game. I'm almost positive that 2 pylons that close, but I'm almost positive that multi-shot was too.
Okay.
So I remember using strafe distinctly, but I never got far enough to use multi-shot. Ooh, cool reflection.
Okay, the XP.
Oh, too low on discipline.
I watched the fire.
I'm alright. I'm shielded. I literally can't die right now.
It's not it's like he needed that shield.
Yeah.
Hey,
Wait, what is happening? Am I not shooting?
straight.
Okay.
At PTR.
PTR lag. We're back on it. I got Lucio'd in the freaking pit. What? Okay.
What's happening? Is that like triple vault?
What? Okay. Remember how I said we didn't have much PTR lag last video, guys?
No, I don't.
This was okay. Well, this is the 1004. What is my ping? What is this?
Is that meters per second?
It's a millisecond. So basically, what it means is that's how much of a delay. I had a 1,400 millisecond delay, so 1.4 seconds.
That's not.
That's very bad. That's bad even for StarCraft.
StarCraft. That's interesting.
That is a game. I don't even know what I'm talking about. Let's talk about that game. Ooh, cool reflection. Okay, we're back in the yellow now. That's all.
So StarCraft is similar to like Diablo, right?
It's like a real-time strat. Oh my Jesus! I don't want to die. Arcane Century's not today.
Oh,
It's like a real-time strategy game, I think.
okay.
RTS.
I tried Halo Wars, and like I had no idea what I was doing.
Wait, why am I over here? What's going on? Someone trying to ruin my recording again. Got a knack for that. It's Robert.
A little bit. Well, great.
Sorry.
Oh, it looks glitchy.
They just rehash bosses pretty much. There's only like I think maybe 5 original Rift Guardians.
I guess they did that in Diablo 2 in a way.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Ubers are the same in this as well. Like they just.
Oh, they're
Kind of
Ubers?
thing. Yeah, they're keyboard ones.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I would assume is known as the Ubers.
Because before any Reaper Souls or stuff, pretty much the only thing you could do is run key wardens.
The Ubers were pretty much the end game for Diablo 2. Like that's what you kind of work towards. Towards getting the like keys and like then you go into the portals and doing all that.
Yeah, now end game sort of doesn't exist. I mean, it does, but end game is pretty much pushing greater rifts.
Yeah.
And for the most part, up until about the end of the season, you can always push to a higher, greater rift. So that's why it doesn't really exist, because you never, I guess, necessarily get there.
Have you done the, I guess, Uber equivalents in this game?
Yeah, I've done, because when you run the Ubers in this game, or the key wardens, you get little materials that are used to build a Hellfire Amulet.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that's I think it was called the Hellfire Amulet 2 as well.
And it gives you like a free passive. So I've run them a lot because I forged a lot of Hellfire Amulets to get like the right passive and get the right stats and stuff.
What's the last like key warden that you fight?
There's a bunch of them. I think for Act 4 you get the Realm of Terror, and I think it's Zoltan Cool and the Siege Beast. Maybe, I don't know. I'd have to run it.
In 2 you fought like like minor bosses.
Yeah.
Like Israel and then like what's it, the Hunters, I think the name was, from Act 1. It was like a castle thing, and you went to the dungeons and you fought her there. So they had like Uber ones of those.
Mm-hmm.
And then they dropped, like, I think they were keys that got you into the final one, which was the 3 main bosses.
Yeah.
So it was like Mephisto, Diablo, and Gaul. And they were all Ubers, and you try to fight all 3 at the same time.
In this one, you just go out and find the key wardens, and they're like in specific maps within each act. You kill them, they have a chance to drop the keys, and then the Uber bosses are found within the keys. So there's 4 different realms, and I think you fight 2 bosses, like just 2 random bosses. Like they're not random; they're the same ones every time, but they're not act specific. Like I think the first
you can't like pick
sort of like the first key I believe always has Skeleton King and Magda.
I like the Skeleton King.
Yeah.
He looks cool.
But obviously Magda and Skeleton King, they aren't in like the same act if you don't kill them the same one.
Did you know Skeleton King was in Diablo 1 as well?
No, I didn't know that.
Yep.
I want to play D1 as well. Apparently Diablo 1, I don't know if Diablo 1 was turn-based, but it was supposed to be turn-based.
Really?
Yeah.
Like a Warcraft kind of?
They said, I was
like a Civilization?
I was reading like the original pitch that there was Blizzard North is who made it, and they were actually a different developer. They're called like Conway or something. And Blizzard bought them out and just called them Blizzard North. So technically they're a different studio than Blizzard. But the pitch said it would work with like square tiles, and your character can move on the square tiles up, down, left, right, and all that, and it would be turn based. And your ultimate goal is you delve down into a dungeon and try and get further and further with each quest. On top of the dungeon, you can go up and like buy and sell stuff, and then you win by getting to the bottom and beating Diablo.
Okay. Is it Fire Emblem, sort of like that?
Fire Emblem is turn-based like that with grid, grid-based combat. I guess you could say grid turn-based combat.
Happy they didn't go that well.
Yeah, that would have sucked.
Yeah, I had.
Because then it really would have been like WoW. So a lot of people say D3 is like WoW.
WoW isn't like that.
No.
I mean,
people just say it's like the graphic-wise is like WoW.
It does look more.
I mean, but
WoW,
they had.
like,
I mean, obviously they had to make it 3D. That's not a bad decision, but it is pretty colorful.
yeah, I mean, Diablo 2 was really dark. Like, I went back and played with Acheron, it's just so blue.
I think I'd rather it have something more entertaining to the eyes than just something that's super dark. Like, I understand trying to make the universe.
Oh yeah, I understand why they went this way.
Plus, the actual Blizzard made D3 in a different studio. Like, none of the lead people from the old studio made Diablo 3, so...
Might go back and play D2 again.
I'm gonna see if I can buy it somewhere. I don't want to buy it online though, because I think Blizzard still sells it for like $30 or something.
$30.
I bought it and Lord of Destruction for like 15 or something from Walmart, and it's Walmart, so.
Do you know about like the classes? D2?
I knew there was like, was there a Necromancer in it?
Yep.
Was there a Paladin?
Yep.
There's a Barbarian still. Wasn't there a guy that could turn into a werewolf or something?
The Druid.
Okay, that's what I was thinking.
Druid was my main all the time.
I don't know if the monk was still in there, but I know a little bit about him because I've started D2 like 2 or 3 times. I just never really got into it, but I really want to at least play through it once now.
There's an assassin class that I don't think anyone really ever played.
Wow, why not?
I don't know. It was the least common that I saw. It was
crazy.
just, I never really.
I'm gonna play through on that class then, even if I don't like it. I'm just gonna see what it's like.
The sorceress was a lot of fun. That's probably that and the paladin might have been the 2 most common.
Oh, everything is just dying. I don't even know what. Oh, he's a waller. Okay, I was about to say I don't even know what affix he has.
Affix.
Yeah, like his things that there like reflects damage and jailer and all that.
Do they have like resistance to a certain like resistant to cold damage or something?
There's no resist as far as I know. Like there are enemies that do certain types of elemental damage, but as far as I know, you could spec into cold damage, and like the only damage you do is cold, and do the same amount of damage to like every enemy if you don't count for armor. So I think there are certain enemies that have more armor, but that's about it.
Then in D2, you could run into like a monster that is resistant to cold. So if your skills were cold based, you wouldn't do any damage.
I know on my barb, he's physical based. Like all my damage comes from
They
physical.
also had like physical
so
resistant, so I was always screwed going through it.
that's all you could do is.
When I had like a shape-shifting druid.
Yeah, my barb does only physical damage, so and he's able to function in pretty much all environments. So I don't know if they have any like physical, magical type things.
Yeah, that was really fun anyway.
It might still be in this game, but just to an extent to where it honestly doesn't matter.
Not common.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't matter if it is even in the game.
It's
Did you hear about the Diablo 4 conspiracy with the D4?
I've heard they're like hiring people.
Oh, so you haven't heard about the small D4 with the misprint?
No.
Okay, well, this happened I think 1 or 2 weeks ago, probably about a week ago. And basically Blizzard sent out these goodie bags that were supposed to be like BlizzCon this year, like early to some people. And
Like in-game stuff or like physical?
physical goodie bags. And they had a D4 in there, like for Dungeons and Dragons. And it was like unusually small D4 for one thing, so it kind of brought attention to it.
Yeah.
And the D4 is like 4-sided, obviously.
Yeah.
And whenever you roll it, it'll since it's pyramid shaped, you'll see 3 sides, and one side will be down. And the number that's on the bottom. Oh, let me think. If you were to hold it like a triangle like this, the number that's on the bottom, for each side of the 3 that you can see,
Yeah.
without taking off the table, that's the number that you rolled. So if it was a 1 at the bottom, didn't mean to. I don't want to talk to you. But if it was a 1 at the bottom, and you'd have roll 1, and if it was 3, 3. So that's the way it's intended to be printed. But Diablo sent out, or not Diablo, Blizzard sent out like a lot of these goodie bags actually. Because I think you could just get them just by pre-ordering or something like that. I don't know. Just
Pre-ordering what?
like, or just buying them, like getting them before the con.
Okay.
And so they sent out like a lot of these, and I think every single one had the small D4, and it had a misprint. If you rolled a 1, it would say 1 1, and then on one side it would have a 4 instead of a 1. And the day that BlizzCon is on November 4th, so that's like 114. So people think that since it's on a D4, that they're going to be announcing Diablo 4 at BlizzCon this year, pretty much.
Oh. When is BlizzCon?
November 4th, 114.
Oh, dang.
Which that would be a pretty genius way to do that if they did that intentionally.
That's pretty
And
creative.
I really want to believe that's true, just because I want D4.
How old is D3 at this point?
Came out 2012, so about 4 years old.
I mean, D2 is like about 12 years or something.
D2 came out in like 98 or something, right?
God, I don't think is it that old?
I don't think it came. It either came out in 2000 or post 2000, or pre 2000. My bad. I think
Came out in 2000.
it came. Okay, so it's
mid
16.
2000.
It's like 16 years old then.
Okay. So I mean, I feel like D3 still has a lot of life left to it.
It's more well, what the community generally believes is going into maintenance mode, where like they're kind of doing like how D2 is now. They just keep the servers up and change some stuff around, but they're not going to be doing too much of like a new expansion or new content.
Yeah.
And they're definitely, I mean, they basically said they're working on a new Diablo thing, so for them to announce it now wouldn't be too crazy. I mean, they could announce it and say it's coming out in 2018.
I was just saying, like, we've started the process of making it.
Yeah. I don't think they're going to be like, oh, this is coming out next month type thing.
So it'd be like kind of what Star Wars 8 did. They released like a trailer to say like, oh, we're starting filming.
Yeah.
Like, oh, we're starting production on D4 today or something.
Let's see how long we've been recording. 23 minutes. We got time for another rift.
23.
Yeah.
You gotta go 40 minutes left, you know? Hour every time.
Oh, true. I mean, this is... If we went a full hour, this could potentially be the last episode, but I'll probably just record the last episode when we get back. Yeah.
How much you at now? 65?
Yeah, 65 and a half. I actually kind of like this multi-shot build.
You can get to 67.
I can get 67 in this build if I build in this rift, if I get an open map. Yeah, like you see how this map is kind of like corridory.
Yeah.
There are a few, like the Fields of Misery in Act 1. They use like those maps or just maps that are kind of open.
Yeah.
And if I get a map that's really open, you can get a lot of density really quickly, so it helps you level pretty quickly.
Okay. It's easier to kind of clear it out.
Yeah. And you just like you never really end up like finding yourself having to walk a lot to find enemies. They kind of just come to you.
I guess if you're trying to push for the time.
Oh, they made sure to when you do greater rifts. I know what you're talking about, like the time and greater rifts.
Yeah.
They don't allow you to get open maps. They only give you corridor maps. Yeah. And I guess they did that to kind of minimize randomosity.
I kind of.
To like make sure everyone kind of has the same standard, which I can agree with. I guess it's not an entirely bad thing.
So it's not just like you got a lucky map.
Yeah. But I mean, at the same time, people will fish for rifts, is what it's known as, and they'll just open up rifts, and if it's not like a mob type they like or anything, then they'll just put out. Because there's certain amulets that grant immunity to like all one type of damage, like all arcane, all poison, all fire.
Yeah.
And people will put on those amulets, and it basically allows them to become almost invincible against like certain rift guardians that only do that type of damage. So if they clear out the rift, or they get the rift guardian, and they don't, the immunity amulet isn't matched up. Yeah, they either just leave or they're screwed.
Yeah, I guess if you don't have a chance of dying if you can't quickly.
I think I did that to get the Greater Rift 75 on my Bard.
You just wail on it. Legendary crossbow.
Still not good. Still not better. Wait. It increases hatred regen, but I'll use it.
You're all legendaries.
Well, set items are legendary too, I think. I guess they're not legendary, but they're the same rarity.
They have set bonuses, right?
Yeah, that's set items.
Oh my god.
They if you're doing seasonal, you can do a season journey, which is basically just a set of hoops you have to jump through, like Guild Diablo on Torment 10 or something in like 2 minutes, and a bunch of stuff. And when you finish the season journey, they give you a complete set. Like as you do tasks throughout it, they'll give you like one piece. And yeah, it's made the game a lot more casual because of that.
Yeah.
Well, I guess they didn't really mess with the end game, so it didn't make it that more casual, but it rewards a casual player more.
Huh.
Instead of having to farm for it. But you only get one set, so I mean, if they give you the worst set out of the 4 that most classes have,
Yeah.
then I mean, oh well, at least you have a set.
Dang. I remember in like D2, the best weapons were like ruined words, where you have to get like you make the ruins,
Yeah.
and then putting certain runes together makes like a certain ruined word weapon.
Yeah.
And so, like, to get like the best weapon kind of a thing, you have to just grind and farm for a certain weapon with a certain number of sockets,
Oh,
and then you gotta grind to get the ruins as well.
drop rate wasn't very high, was it?
I mean, there's just a lot more just finding bits and pieces to make stuff. Like this, it seems like you just find the weapon and there you go.
Yeah, I mean, essentially you want to find the best roll of the weapon. If most times having like the gear to put together a certain set or a build is better than having like near perfectly rolled gear just for like a starter build.
Yeah.
So pretty much, if I had perfectly rolled gear for what I have and it was 70, it still wouldn't be as good as if I had the set, because sets just make you so powerful. Normally, they make you powerful.
Sets are okay too.
And this one, they're essential, but
Yeah, they weren't like overly just like you need a set.
yeah, I think they should do some set balancing, because They did make what I call is like an anti-set. It's called Legacy of Nightmares, and it's I believe it's an amulet and a ring, and you put those on, and the bonus is for every ancient item that you have in your like equip, then your damage is increased by 100%. Or is it damaging? Yeah, damage increased by 100%, and I think damage taken reduced by 8%. So you can get like a lot of increased damage just by having ancients, and ancients are basically legendaries that roll with like gold borders on them.
Gold quarters?
Gold borders, like when you look at the stat card, it would be gold around it instead of gray.
And it's just stronger?
Yeah, and it can, I think it's about 20% stronger, like everything can roll about 20% higher, but I'm not certain on that. So they made that an attempt to not require you to have sets to become super powerful, but the only class that really you need the 2-piece set, but then you can build your legendaries however you want. Kind of. It was an attempt to do, and it worked out all right. For the Crusader, that's the best viable like option, is to use Legacy of Nightmares, because all their other sets are just kind of underwhelming. But other than that, pretty much use a set. We were so close. How much time? 31 minutes? I don't know. We'll probably end the episode here.
Okay. It's a good length.
Yeah, I just really wanted to hit 67. Probably should have stayed in that rift a little bit longer.
Oh well. I don't think you would have leveled up from it.
Wait, this gives me more damage now. What? Oh wait. I'm just gonna put that on. I don't even. I'm gonna disassemble this real quick. Oh, no, cancel. Okay, yeah, don't want that. Yeah, they're alright. I don't really like shoulders too much, except for the star shoulders.
Star shoulders?
Yeah, the ones on my bard that look like giant.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I think they actually look pretty good on the female bard. That's just me.
I thought you were selling stuff for gold instead of salvaging it.
Yeah, but then I realized I'm getting like no gold really, so I was just like, okay, bump this.
GameStop.
Yeah, it's basically GameStop. I'm gonna try and put a socket on this real quick. Spoilers, on the last episode I wanted to get a socket in this and I got it in one try, so it's at the end of the last episode.
How do you get sockets on it?
Like, you can roll one of these things off one of the 3 main sets, so in this case I'll do % damage, and this is all the things I can get, and just have a chance to get a socket on it. So
nope. No,
well,
you just keep going.
Pretty much, and this is what you use Death Breath for.
Death Press?
Death's Breath. Death Breath.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and I'm out of money. Okay, so I guess we'll just keep...
You guys go sell all those gems.
Yeah, I'm good. It's poop. I'll still hold on to it. No, I'm not. I'm going to salvage
Put
it.
it in your chest.
I don't need that. It's not even level 70.
I don't need it.
Okay, well, we're going to end the episode here, guys. Thanks for watching, and let me know if you want to see more Aaron, or hear more Aaron, later on in the future. Want to say anything you want to say?
Potatoes.
He's Irish. Alright, guys. I'll see you later.